Welcome back, nail queens. Today I'm doing another Zodiac mani, and this month is Libra. The color I'm going to be featuring in this mani is Revel Nail's Fallen. If you've ever used this color before, you probably love it just as much as I do. And just a pro tip, I'm going to be using it by itself, but I have seen people sprinkle it over top of other darker colors. This color is incredible. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous flake. So I'm going to also be using a peel base today. I already applied one layer onto my nails. I really like Soul Dip's peel base. It works well for me, no issues. So then I'm just going to go into my dip powder routine. There is quite a bit of nail art in this mani, so I'm not going to focus on my dipping too much. I'm going to do one whole layer on all of my nails and then get into the nail art. I'm absolutely smitten with Fallen. It is so easy to use. It's soft, it's a nice, easy to use flake. It is absolutely beautiful, and I really like it by itself. So the vibe I was going for with this manicure was not your traditional like black or blue celestial mani. If you reference my very last one, that was the vibe I was going for. But I don't want every single Zodiac mani to have that celestial vibe, but I obviously want it to have the constellations on it. So later on I'll be using some gel polish to do some wavy tips, and then I'll be stamping the constellations and some stars and stuff over top of those wavy tips. But I don't know, I like representing each zodiac sign just a little bit differently, not necessarily to match what that sign exactly is, but to give it a different feel so that they all don't look the same, but you could also kind of use that design, and you don't have to be like, well, I can only do it for a Libra mani. No, just change out the artwork, the design, and put your own. So if you wanted to do this as a Gemini mani, you totally could. With flakes being such delicate dip powders, I like to pat them down so that they really just like sit in with the base bond, really get onto my nail and don't just fly off when I dust it off. And when I dust it off, I actually don't use a stiff dusting brush at first. I use a soft one, and then I let the flakes like really dry on my nails so that they really stick on there. So if you're ever working with flakes, such as delicate ones such as Fallen, I recommend using a soft, fluffy brush. I know I'm normally like, use a stiff dusting brush, but in the case of flakes, I don't recommend using a stiff one right after when you're first dusting the flakes off. Like, just be gentle with them because they are gentle, delicate little flowers. So while I finish up this last layer of dip and clear encapsulate, it is Q&A time. Today's question comes from Casey Nails, and she asks, what is your absolute favorite manicure that you've ever done? I love this question because it's actually a recent manicure, but the inspiration for this manicure has been from over a year old. So I recently did this manicure using Shameless Nails colors, so it gives me like pumpkin spice and like vintage farm vibes. And the inspiration from this manicure is from a jewel box supply fabric display that they put on their Instagram almost 2 years ago, and I really love it. So I've already clear encapsulated, activated, filed, shaped, and buffed. I skipped all of that because there's a lot of artwork going into this manicure, and that's the bulk of this video. But if you guys want a dip powder tutorial, I have a bunch of them on my channel, but this is basically, I did 2 dips of Fallen and 1 dip of clear. So now to start off with the artwork, I want to create like the foundation before I go in with any stamping. So I'm going to be using this white gel polish from Madame Glam. And I'm going to be using this liner brush to do a lot of like the lines, because they're going to be like curvy lines. And I also have a round gel brush I'm going to use because I'm going to need to fill in some spaces. And I've pulled out stamping plates. I'm still trying to decide exactly which designs I want to use. I just kind of go with the flow here. I like this sun, but I don't think I'm going to use it. I should really use it in one of these manis. And I'm going to, obviously, because it's a Libra, I'm going to use the balances right there. I have this plate from MoYou. I love that design. I should have actually used it on my last manicure, the one with Nail Addict designs, but you know, you live and you learn. So what I like to do is dump out gel polish onto this little palette here, and it's a lot easier for me to grab the polish when I'm doing my artwork rather than going back to the bottle over and over again. You will notice that this is going to be repetitive because I'm going to show you all 5 nails, me doing these little lines, drawing them onto my nails and curing in my nail lamp. So it's going to be repetitive. Each nail does not look the same. I just want it to look pretty natural, whatever that means. So I'm just doing like little curves and mountains to look aesthetically pleasing. It's basically going to be like a wavy French tip. And then I'm using this round gel brush to fill in the spots to actually make it look like a French tip. So it's going to look pretty repetitive, like I already said. So just sit back and relax. At some point further on in the manicure, I'll let you know when it happens. I figure that using a dotting tool to do these designs is so much easier than a liner brush. And I'm doing full cures in between layers. I'm using the new Triple D cordless, y'all, cordless. Cordless lamps are the shit, let me just tell you. Like, you just charge it, it gets at full battery capacity, and then you don't charge it again until the battery dies. It is incredible for doing toes. You can do your nails anywhere. You do not have to be hooked to a wall outlet. It is not restricting. So if you are in the market for a new nail lamp, I highly recommend checking out like cordless nail lamps. My life has been changed. I am so sorry that my big old head keeps getting the shot. My bad. But a dotting tool. If you guys have dotting tools, highly recommend using them for this design, even if you're using like paint or nail polish. It doesn't have to be gel polish. It made doing these so much easier. So you can use the smaller dotting tools or the larger dotting tools. It doesn't matter. Either one is going to get the job done. I love this. So the French tip designs are pretty much coming together. I'm almost done. I just have 2 more nails to do to add French tips to, and then we can get into the nail art. I promise this is going to go by pretty fast. Now that everything is cured, I'm taking a paper towel with rubbing alcohol on it and wiping off the tacky layer of the gel polish. I don't want my stamps or my stamper to get that gooey residue from the gel polish on it. And I have this stamping polish. It's not a stamping polish, it's actually a nail polish from Klean Color. It is silver, it is beautiful. I find that their metallic polishes stamp really well. I actually did try using like a spicy orange gold beforehand, before this, and I didn't like the way it looked, so that's why I went with silver. I felt like it would be more not so in your face, but still there. So what I did is I stamped one of the celestial designs, if that's what you want to call it, the constellations, on the French tip area. So what I do is I apply the polish to the plate, I scrape, I pick it up with the stamper, clean off any excess designs, and then I stamp it on my nail where I want it. So I'm putting the Libra symbol here on my index finger, and because it's silver on top of such an opally light color, it doesn't pick up really well. It's not very contrasting. So I'm going to actually stamp it twice to add more contrast to the stamp so that hopefully when I take pictures later, it's able to pop out. Now I'm going to go back to stamping the free edge French areas. So I have this whole starry strip right here. So I love this plate, by the way. Any Kelli Marissa collaboration plate with any brand, buy it. If you're into stars, moons, the whole 9 yards, just buy it. So I'm just being very precise where I apply the stamps. And so you can see I have stars on my pinky and my middle finger now. But I have to do the rest of my finger, so I'm just picking up designs. I'm sorry that I'm out of shot here. I'm just picking up designs and I'll just stamp them on the white part of my nail where I applied gel polish. So I'm done with the free edge parts. I do want to add a little pizzazz to the center where the dip powder is. So I'm going to pick up some like Starburst from the Kelli Marissa collab plate. It's this third or fourth one right here. You can't see it because, you know, I'm in the corner. You'll see it in a couple minutes when I stamp it again. So I'm going to pick up that design. You can kind of see it here. And then place it in on my middle finger. And I'm going to actually apply some gel polish. So this striping gel polish, hit up Amazon for this stuff, incredible, reasonably priced. And I'm going to apply dots of this gel polish in just random spots of my nail. And the reason why I'm doing this is to actually give it a raised look. I want this gel polish to pop on top of the dip powder and look like two-dimensional. I love this. So yeah, the raised design is nice. It contrasts with the flat stamping polish. So I do like that. So I'm going to stamp another one of these Starburst again, and I'm going to apply it over top of where I put one of these dots so that it looks like there's a Starburst coming out of the dots, even though it's kind of flat. I don't know, like maybe if I had the coordination to use the liner gel polish to create the Starburst as they are with the gel polish, I would have, but stamping is so much easier. I do not have the coordination to try to make these really intricate designs and lines. I'm just not that talented. So it's almost the end. It's time to cure all of this, make sure that the dotted dots of gel are cured. So I'm going to cure all of that for 60 seconds. And then it's time to apply a gel top coat. So I'm going to be using the Kimber's Creations gel top coat. Kimmer's Creations gel products have definitely wowed me. I'm using her builder gel underneath these designs. You can see it on my other hand right now. I love her builder gel. I love her gel base. I love her gel top coat. I don't get a reaction to them, so they're definitely an A in my book. They're not too thick, they're not too thin, and the brush fans out nicely. It applies evenly, it doesn't apply streaky. I love her gel products. So if you're looking for gel recommendations, hit up Kimmer's Creations. I love them. So I'm going to cure that, and then we're going to be done with this manicure. So I'm just applying cuticle oil from Candy Skincare. Obsessed with her cuticle oils as well if you need another recommendation of somewhere else to shop. I love this mani. I will say the one thing I don't love about this mani is that it's hard to see the designs, and that's my only gripe. I love this mani, I just wish the designs were more bam and in your face and obvious. So that's all for today. I appreciate you guys hanging out and watching my videos. Harvey is over here on my couch and she wants to say hello, or actually goodbye, because she jumps off the couch. So thank you guys so much for hanging out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!